My name's Dr. James Nyirenda. I'm an obstetrician gynecologist. I'm coming from Zambia. I work at a provincial hospital in Northern Province. That's one of the 10 provinces of our country. So this provincial hospital is located in a district called Kasama. And in this hospital, we see quite a lot of women with problems of infertility. Hence, I was recommended for this training by the national level to come and do this training, so that when I go back, we can see how we can improve the care of women with infertility in our province. Yeah, so the major challenges we have in our country with regard to infertility is that, first of all, our country currently only has 2 IVF centers, or centers that deal with infertility. One in our capital city in Lusaka, and the other one in the Copper Belt in Kitwe. Yeah, so from that background, you can tell that access to infertility is quite low. So these are 2 IVF centers catering for a population of about 18 million population as a country. So therefore, having 2 centers, the whole country, meaning there is very low access to fertility services for these women. In addition, these are centers that are owned by private sector. So when it comes to costs, most of the women that have access to these centers are those that from the affluent community, so those that can afford, meaning they're less privileged. Like for instance, in the province where I work, almost zero. They do not have access to these services of infertility because one of the cost, and also 2 of the distance, for instance, to travel from our province, which is Northern Province, to go to the nearest, which is in Lusaka, is about 1,000 kilometers away. So that would take almost a whole day traveling, and when you add the cost, so almost impossible for a woman who's not working to access these services, or a couple, for that matter, to access these services. So many of those are the challenges. Hence also the benefit of this training, because after this training, definitely we're going to increase in terms of options of treatment. Now we're going to add the aspect of IUI in addition to what was being given, which was just timing intercourse. So it will, I think, be a game changer for us in our hospital after this training. So as a country, like I mentioned, we only have 2 private IVF centers, and we do not have any public infertility centers. So having said that, in the public hospitals, therefore, we are limited in terms of the options that we have in terms of treating these women who come, or treating these couples who come with fertility problems. So the available options in terms of treatment for these couples that come in our centers, mainly it's if it's a female factor, those with maybe having problems with their hormones, those we can provide some medical treatment to those women having some problems with their hormones. Equally for men, if they have a problem with the male factor, we also provide just medical treatment to these men who come with fertility problems. Then as a couple, the other options that we have is mainly treating them with medication and timing intercourse, that is ovulation induction and timing intercourse. That's the first option. The second option we have, which unfortunately we are not able to do, is ovulation induction plus IUI, which is now the plan after this training, that in our hospital now, the plan is that we'll now established, now we will add this option of treating these women with ovulation induction and IUI as a second option. So the awareness about fertility treatment options in our country, unfortunately, is also quite low. Most of these couples that are having problems with bearing children or fertility do not know that they can actually get help from hospitals. So usually what they do, most couples do, is when they have problems with fertility, they'll first seek help from the traditional healers. These are local people within the villages mostly, who try and do whatever they can to do, of which most of never works, and they'll do all sorts of things and take all sorts of concoctions until maybe so many years of trying and struggling. That's when some of them get wind of that they can actually seek help from hospitals. That's how come they come to hospitals. So in addition, we see that most of these women or should I say couples that have challenges having children, they are usually stigmatized in the community because, especially for women, if a woman does not have a child, they are not considered as a woman enough. So these are women that are stigmatized and who have low self-esteem. If there are activities going on in the community, these are women that will be neglected because they think this is not a woman enough. They will not be consulted for any issues within their community because they are not considered as being a parent or women enough because they have no children. Yeah, so my expectation from this training was mainly to have a comprehensive understanding of how to approach a woman or a couple, should I say, that are having a challenge with bearing children. So this entails how to properly get a history of a couple having fertility issues, how to investigate them, this couple with the fertility issues, and then what is the best approach to this, having had a history and investigation and coming up with a diagnosis. What will be the best approach to this couple or woman or a husband or a man who has come with a problem of fertility? So those were my expectation, and also with the minimum equipment that we have in our public hospitals, what treatment can we provide to this couple with the minimal basic equipment that we have? So I was expecting to gain this information from this training. Yeah, so my future plans are basically in two folds. The first one is under primary health care, which has to do with education. Like I mentioned, there's so much lack of knowledge in terms of availability of treatment for women having, or for couples having fertility challenges in the hospital. So my plan is that when I go back, we'll see how we can enhance health education in the community on the availability of infertility treatment in the hospitals. Yeah, so I would like to express my sincere gratitude to, first of all, Merck Foundation for giving me this opportunity to come and gain the knowledge that I've gained. It has been an eye-opening experience for me. The knowledge that I've gained from the past 3 months has been will be so useful in my career as an obstetrician, and also not just myself as an individual. The knowledge that I've gained will also be very beneficial to these underserved women that I usually attend to in my hospital, in the provincial hospital. Yeah, so First of all, I would love to express my sincere gratitude to Merck Foundation for giving me an opportunity to come and be trained in this Merck Foundation advanced fertility training here in Bangalore. Yeah, so this training has been beneficial in terms of the knowledge that I've gained from the training. Will be useful both as an individual, as a gynecologist, as I do my practice as a gynecologist. So very grateful and to the entire management and the entire team from Milan Hospital as well. Zambia.